Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever you're tuning to this YouTube video. This is Donna, also known as Miss Layback Cool. I'm the blogger and founder of YesIHaveAnOpinion.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is just gonna be my minds, my talks, my thoughts, my rantings, and longer form. I have an IGTV series that's on its third season that's coming out in the fall. I do videos like this, but like way shorter. I decided to get onto YouTube to have more free time to speak my mind. This is my third video uploaded to this YouTube channel. I have a first one called I Got Bamboozled at Church. Is with my cousin. He was talking about like how a church bamboozled him to get baptized. Check it out, but it's kind of blurry and I'm laughing a lot. So if you care to watch it, watch it. Second video is an upload of my IGTV not channel but series. I have one episode. My head is kind of cut off. This is my third time doing YouTube, so forgive me. But I'm gonna try to do this every week. Every week, put out a video on YouTube to see how this YouTube thing is about. Check it out. And that's it. So, what I'm gonna talk about? I'm gonna talk about 7 things that I've learned about money, things that I've caught along while living this planet for 30 plus years. I'm not gonna give you my real age. If you know me, you know me. You know my age, but whatever. So, what am I gonna say? The first thing, money is energy exchange. I'm not trying to be like new agey. I'm not trying to say this and that on a lot of YouTube channels, but it's so true. Like, you're putting your time and effort and your energy, your work, your value to get something else. And as an entrepreneur, you're using what you have in you to sell something, to exchange. Like, you give a service or a product or your expertise, and then someone gives you their money, their hard-earned labor of money, of their expertise, and they give you currency, which is either their time or money, and they give it to you for what you did for them. The same thing if you were working, if you work for somebody else, you're giving your value, your time, your labor, your energy, waking up early in the morning to go to a cubicle. But now, in this time, day and age, is working from home, on your laptop, your iPad, whatever you're doing, and they give you something for that. So it's a fair exchange. It's an exchange of something. You give this, you get that, you give this. Why do I say that? If you understand that it's exchange of something, of an energy, you realize you can make money so easily. Like, just focus on making that effort to get that energy flowing, you'll make money. Second thing, with that being said, you have to learn to give. What I mean by giving, there's 2 elements of giving I'm going to talk about. Give to the less fortunate. You don't want to be greedy, and like the Bible says, it's better to give than receive. I am a Bible-based person, so if you don't want to hear about the Bible, don't subscribe to my channel, okay? So, give. It's better give to receive. So give something, give what you have. Now, I'm not saying for you to neglect your family to give, but if you have extra, give some away to a charity, a reputable charity. Give back to the community, give some money to the crackheads, some people who are begging for money. You can do that too, And the second thing, give tithe and offering. Tithing is biblical, very ancient. It's just giving 10% of all of what you have. In ancient times, it used to be like, your crops or what you would sell and the amount of that or the money you get from that. But now we're living in a new time. We're living in the modern time, so that would be 10% of what you earn through revenue or profit or income, whatever 3 things, give 10% of that to God. Now, we don't see God, so what will be a representation of God? Church, temple, mosque. That's what I'm thinking, like something that has that Old Testament God, New Testament God, the Bible God, the Muslim God, the Judaism God, whoever you serve, 10% of that. And offering what you heart desire to give back to that institution that represents God. Yeah. So that's tithing. Why is tithing so good? It kind of makes you realize that the money's not for you. It's for a higher power, that you have responsibility to take care of it. And I want to give you like two instances why I realized I gotta continue tithing and not give up on it. I remember one time I had a money situation, Donna be having a money situations, and my friend he sent me money to help him get something he was doing. It was not illegal, okay, guys. It's just that he wanted me to give him the money that he sent me Cash App. So the thing was, bills got paid, and didn't have the money, and I was gonna help a brother out, but bills got paid, and So I have Charles Schwab. That's one of my bank accounts. And the thing about Charles Schwab is known as an investment account. It's more of a brokerage account, like we're investing for the stock market, things like that. But I had the checking account. Thanks to Ramit, he's the guy that I'll teach you how to be rich. I read his book twice, and he said that one good checking account to have is Charles Schwab. So I listened to him after I read the book for the second time, and I opened the account. He's not paying me for this. I just want to say that I got that account, and mind you, I never used a brokerage account. And lo and behold, there was money in the brokerage account. There was money in the brokerage account. So it is emergency appeared. And mind you, I did not invest in a brokerage account, but it came. So that is God. I paid my tithe and offering. Second thing, I took a little couple of weeks off from my job for personal reasons that I don't care to tell on this YouTube channel. But I'm an adjunct professor, so whoever is in higher education knows that adjunct professors, they're part-time, they're on contract, they're at will of employees, they're not tenured. So if you don't work, you don't get paid, basically. You're not like a tenured full-time professor who has a PhD or a master's, depending on what school you work at, whatever. So I didn't work for a couple of weeks, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna be broke. Tell me why last week money came. The thing is, I came back to this job. I haven't worked there for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I know that there's a whole policy about getting sick pay. Tell me why I got paid. Tithe and offering, prayer. Try it. It works. Third thing I want to talk about, you have to, let me look at my notes. Create opportunity. So, I live in New York State, New York, and here's what happened. Guess what? Unemployment is over. Woo woo. Now, some people was cashing in on unemployment. I was too, before I got my job. I was like, yeah, I got unemployment, I got the PUA, yes. But as of last Monday, that shit got shut down. So what you gonna do? You gonna wait for another check to come help you from the government? I don't think so. You gotta make yourself work, do something, create opportunities. That's that energy exchange I'm talking about. You make yourself marketable, and you do that thing. You do it. Here's one thing I want to say. I remember there was a situation where I was in between jobs, and I was really like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do to make money? I was just like, you know what? Let me start looking for tutoring. I found a platform, and I became an independent tutor. And there was a time when I was doing that thing, I was legit making $1,000 a week. That was not me waiting for someone to employ me. That was me like, I know how to help people write. I'm good with writing essays. I was good in history. I have some experience tutoring little kids. I'm gonna do this tutoring hustle, and I was making $1,000 a week. Like legit, I was making bread. So I created opportunities. So first thing I said, energy exchange. Second thing, give. Third thing, create opportunities. What's the fourth thing with this money journey I've learned? Do not hoard money, man. Some people, this is another principle of Ramit. That's an I will teach you how to be rich. I didn't learn it I read it about him, but he did not inspire me to say this. I just said it from my own personal experiences, but I realized it's true and it makes sense. A lot of people, they have a lot of money stored up in banks and investments, real estate, whatever they have, and they do not use it. Money, it has to exchange, it has to flow. It can't be like just like like stuffed in like you're obese. Money has to have high metabolism. It has to have energy exchange. You have to keep moving and burning that fat and getting more muscle and coming in with the money. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to have like, I don't know, but like let's say you have $300,000 in your checking account, and you haven't, after bills are paid, so let's say for the month you have $300,000 in your checking account. Now usually the checking account is what you use for expenses. For most people don't use their savings account to save stuff, and usually the savings account is usually more than the checking, because the checking you're in and out, you're using it. So like let's say you have $1 million in your savings account, and like $800,000 in your checking account. What's going on? Like, you need to start using that money. Now you can use that money for two things: to invest to make more money, or to use it to live. Now I don't understand, like, you have money, you're afraid to use it. When you die, the money's not gonna go with you. That house is gonna go. That you're gonna be a worm. Like, you're gonna be dust. Dust you will form. Dust you will return. So why are you so afraid to spend money? Now I'm not saying for you to be a gambler, to like go to casinos and spend all your money, do crazy investments and stuff. I'm not saying that. But money is, you work hard for your money. You invest in money. You do a business for money. Spend it sometimes. Be sensible about it. Have some fun. Go on a vacation. Buy something you always wanted to buy, or give it to charity, or give it to someone who's in need. Do not hoard your money. Another thing is, do not make your money run dry. What does that mean? Money is like a reservoir. Like this, the money is like right here, and then my hands are, like my arms are the flow of the money. You don't want it to be run dry. You want it to be in and out, like flowing. Like I said, energy exchange. So try not to keep your balance at zero all the time. Have a new broke. There's someone that I follow on social media. I actually met him before. His name is Andrew Najun. Oh, I can never pronounce that Asian Turkmen last name. Najun. I'm sorry to all my Asian friends that have that last name. I think it's Ngyen. Forgive me. But his name is Andrew, and he said that he learned that over time that your broke shouldn't be zero. It should, as you make more money, your level of broke has to exchange, has to level up. So maybe when you were making about $1,000 a month, when you was a teenager, or when you were having an allowance or something, your break could have been, you make sure you don't have at least less than $20 in the bank. But if you're making, through revenue, income, or investments, if you're making $10,000 a month, maybe your broke is you don't want to make less than $3,000. That's your broke. So as you ascend higher into making more money, you have to realize what being broke really is, and you got to change that perception, because you do not want to run dry and like think you're broke is when you making no money, because that's not healthy, and you're gonna have issues with surviving. So think of a way that what is your lowest point you will ever be, and the lowest point cannot be zero or negative. It has to be a baseline number that makes you realize, if I'm making that much money every month, if that's what's left over my bank account and my savings account, I gotta work extra harder. I gotta make more investments. I gotta cut back on my spending so I don't reach that number. That number is different for everybody. I'm not gonna tell you my number because that's none of your business. But you have to have a baseline number that tells you, like, you don't want to go lower than that in your net worth or anything like that. Another thing I want to say is rest. Why do I say rest? Because you don't be making money all the time. Make your moves, make your money. You want to enjoy your money, and don't be thinking about money all the time. Like, do not love money. Do not make money your God. Like, it's a tool. And there's a verse in the Bible says money answers everything. That's in Ecclesiastes. So, we know in life, after God, money will answer that problem. Like, legit. Like, if you need something, you can just buy it. true. But at the same time, it has its place in your life and in the universe and society, but it should not be the main reason why you live. It shouldn't be your God. Because whenever you make something the reason that you live, that becomes your God. Now, if the creator, Yahweh, is your God, he is the reason that you do things. He's the reason why you do it. But like, for example, if money is the reason why you live, everything you do is gonna be revolved about making money. So just think about it. I feel like someone's God or idols in your life is the reason why you live. So, if sex is the reason why you live, then you're gonna be looking for ways to have sex every time. Like, it's gonna be in your mind. Now, I feel like I'm a balanced person. Like, I have things that I think that are important, but the first thing important in my life is God, no other. So that's the 7 things I said. Giving, not in no particular order. I'm more random and stuff. Giving, tithing, giving to the less fortunate. Do not hoard your money. Find a baseline of things that you won't go lower than that in your bank account as your net worth or your. I'm not a financial advisor because I could be messing with all these terms, but this thing about on your bank account, do not go lower than that. 3. The 4th thing I mentioned was do not hoard money. The 5th thing I mentioned was create opportunities, and the 6th thing, which is rest and do not make money your idol and chase money. My bonus thing I want to say is be grateful. And if the reason why you may not think you're not making a lot of money is because maybe God is realizing that you're not ready for more money. In the Bible, I was reading Luke this morning. If you're faithful in the little things, you can be faithful in the big things. So if you cannot manage having $2,000 a month, you cannot manage having $10,000 a month. That's just common sense, but common sense is not common. So sometimes you're praying to make more money, to get a job that pays more, to get into investing, and every time you try to get into investing, you don't get it, or you're not understanding why things are not happening for you. Maybe realize, how are you handling your situation right now in life, especially your finances. If you keep spending a lot of money, if you're not being wise with your money, if you're not making good investments with the little you have, if you're not investing in yourself, if you're wasting time on Netflix, on Instagram, consuming content instead of creating content, or not creating opportunities for yourself, looking for handouts from the government, then I don't think the Most High is going to bless you with a 6-figure salary. Like, it's not going to happen, because if you cannot handle making $34,000 a year, how can you handle making $800,000 a year? It's not gonna add up. Like, people have no common sense these days. It's like, I don't know. I don't like stupidity. I don't like chosen ignorance. There's ignorance, but there's chosen ignorance. So just think about it. Like, if you're praying for something, are you just wondering why it's not happening? Work on yourself. Realize that you have to do the work. When you pray for something, just be prepared for what you prayed for. Like, if you're praying for a man, like, oh, I want a man, I want a lady. Like, if you can't handle, like, being, compromising, even compromising with your siblings, or if you have a kid, like, outside of the relationship that you want to pursue, how can you be married or even have a cuff relationship? So, I know I'm personally talking tangents, I'm random, just deal with it. But for real, if you want to get better at money, if you're asking for so much, you have to handle the little that you have. If you cannot handle the little that you have, you cannot really be good at money. That's anything in life. When you ask God, I'm going to say God, not the universe. Sorry, if you have a problem with that, go to another channel. Then if you're asking God for, like, things and you can't handle what you have originally, and if you're not grateful for things for what you have, you're not gonna get the bigger things. That's just common sense. That's biblical, and that's it. That's my 3rd YouTube channel video. I did it in 19 minutes. Dang, I talked a lot, but that's what I wanted to say. 7 things that helped me in my money journey. I'm learning, and I talked a little bit about handling the little things to get to the bigger things. And that is all. I am going to continue the IGTV series. It's going to be shorter than this long ass video. But yeah, that's all. This is Donna signing out.